unbeaten fighters and major performers. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.
Umar Ahmed, IFL TV, MTK Global. I'm at Hilton Hotel today in Liverpool, joined by promoter Eddie Hearn.
New kid.
Yeah,
New
started
kid on the block.
a month ago.
What about Sonny Donnelly? Is he still involved, or have you elbowed him?
No, he's still there.
Okay,
You're trying to create something.
They're expanding. Good.
Yeah. Anyways, first we get on to Amir. I want to ask you about your appearance with Soccer AM.
I know, it's gone
Where
down
was the IFL mention?
Yeah, I know, he's not happy about it. I was just trying to get it out, and then he sort of said something. I thought he said it, but he actually said the YouTube bloke or something like that. So, no, it's good. I enjoyed it. Actually, a couple of positive feedbacks. Quite nice.
Yeah.
So, it was good, and ready for a big night on Saturday at the Echo Arena.
Yeah, obviously 5 years since Amir's fought in the UK. 2 years since the Canelo defeat.
Yeah.
So yeah, how's he looking?
Looks great. I mean, I think he's nervous because obviously he's sold out 9,000 in the Echo Arena. It's going to be all eyes on him this weekend, and I think he's fighting someone in GRECO who is a world-class fighter. He's not an elite world-class fighter, but he's had 12 weeks' notice, and he looks in good shape. He's bang up for it, and I think it's going to be a great fight. So it hasn't all gone Amir's way in the preparations. Obviously, Virgil Hunter got ill. Joe Gooson's in. Yeah. They've been working really well together, but only for 4 weeks. So it's going to be interesting, and everybody's going to be watching, because I think the one thing you get with Amir Khan is the unpredictability, and really looking forward to seeing him back in the ring.
Let's talk, assuming he does the business on Saturday night, let's talk future opponents. Obviously, Terence Crawford, Jeff Thorne, I think that's been announced.
Yeah.
Manny Pacquiao, Lucas Matisse. Are they possible options for the second
fight?
fight?
Yeah, they all are. I mean, I spoke to Top Rank about Terence Crawford. They like that fight. Obviously, you've got Errol Spence, you've got Keith Thurman, you've got Manny Pacquiao fighting Matisse, and you've got Kell Brook. You know, that's the fight that obviously the British public want to see. But Kell's done his bit. He's looked good against Rabchenko. Let's see if Amir can look good. And I think the key really is just to win on Saturday night and then move on. And you know the big marquee fights are coming for Amir Khan, because he's a huge name, and he's very exciting to watch.
Kell will be there on Saturday night.
He'll be there. Yeah, he'll be there watching. He's been everywhere. He was in America recently.
I know. Yeah. Well, he had
everybody
Charlo, Spence.
But he wants those
there.
fights. You know, I think he feels like he's got a second wind of it here, second chance, and he wants to be in the biggest fights possible.
What's the situation with that Spence rematch at 154?
Nothing really. I mean, we just feel that if Kell wasn't as ruined at the weight as he was, he could have won the fight. So it's frustrating, and Errol Spence is a brilliant fighter. But that rematch is there for Spence at 154 if he wants it. But I know he's going to fight his mandatory, and who knows? I think as you know, fighters grow in stature, the belts might become a little bit less important. It's just about making the biggest fights possible.
And in terms of Kell and Amir, we're looking at something at 150 at a catchweight.
Maybe. I mean, look, Amir may make him make 147. I think Kell still thinks he can make 147.
Would you be happy for Kell to go back to 147?
I think he's a better fighter at 154 personally. He had some problems in the Spence build-up. He had a throat infection. He couldn't train properly for a couple of weeks, so it wasn't ideal. But he feels he could make 147. I know he could make 150, but we'll see. Let's get this fight out of the way, and then we'll see where the talks go.
He's also talked about the Danny Garcia rematch. Obviously, personal to him, because he did suffer a defeat to him. Is that another one on the list?
It's a big fight. I think the thing is with Amir is people, because he's been beaten a couple of times and knocked out, people believe he's beatable. Yeah. So those guys, Crawford, Spence, Thurman, they'd be willing to step forward and fight him, because it generates a lot of money as well. So, it's going to be interesting to see what the future holds. But the big fights are available to Amir and Kell. I just think that, perhaps fighting each other might be the best solution.
Now let's move on to something else. Callum Johnson, Anthony Yard. Has there been any updates for us?
Yeah, I got a reply saying that he's boxing on June the 23rd, Yard, which we know that, but he hasn't got an opponent or anything, so didn't see why that would be a problem. And if they wanted to, they could do Callum Johnson on June 23rd. We'd take the fight on that show. But I don't think they want to fight Callum Johnson. I don't blame him, to be honest with you. But yeah, no, that looks like a non-starter at the moment.
So if that doesn't happen, what are we looking for Callum next? Maybe a Buglioni rematch?
I don't know. I mean, the light heavyweight division's interesting right now. I think Frank's going to probably have one fight and come back. Obviously, those fights are close. Callum Johnson's close with Jose Burton, got the same trainer manager, so they're not going to fight each other. But Callum's looks good, and I think he's ready to go into big fights. He really, he feels like he's got to make up for lost time. And I think Callum Johnson's going to be really interesting to see how he moves forward in the next 12 months.
Okay, let's talk about the card on Saturday. Dodd Cole.
Yeah, great fight. I mean, it's one that everybody's talking about. You've got Tommy Coyle, just relentless, comes forward, never in a bad fight, as is Sean Masher Dodd. You got return of Conor Benn on the card as well. Natasha Jonas fighting for her first title.
Fowler.
She's in a tough fight. Anthony Fowler, Scott Fitzgerald, Sam Eggington returns at 154 pounds. Farrell, Osman Aslam, who's a real good young talent. It's about 14
Kaz
fights. Yeah, Kaz Ashfaq, of course, Olympian, making his second fight. Craig Glover, the cruiserweight as well. I think that's everybody. So we're starting at about 4:30, and Amir will be in the ring at about 10:30.
Okay, any updates on the Wilder situation?
No, obviously we made an offer last week. We haven't heard back from them yet, but I'm in New York next week, so I'm going to try and get a meeting. I've been told that they've already agreed a fight in July with Brazil, so which I thought was what was going to happen anyway. Yeah, so we'll see, but no real movement yet after our offer.
Who you be meeting at there? Your mates Ludabella and
Shirley or
Shirley.
whoever really needs to meet me. I think Heyman's guys or Shirley, anyone. We want the fight. We want to make the fight next.
Okay, good talking to you, Eddie.
Right,
Have you
mate.
got a last message maybe for Deontay and his team?
No, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it low key.
Yeah?
I don't want to upset anyone. I want to try and get it made.
Okay,
All right.
thanks for talking to us.
3 rounds, 3 minutes, 3 fights.
Unbeaten fighters and major performers. I can't tell you how excited I am about this.